And now, another exciting episode of As the River Churns.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's Monday,
Yes.
June 1st.
Wow.
June 1st. Can you believe it? June
No,
1st.
I can't.
Wow. It's hard to believe we're in June already.
Yes.
In some ways. And in some ways, I will tell you, it feels like it could be December, and it wouldn't be surprising to me, at this point, because it's been a long 2.5 to 3 months here. That's for sure. That was a cool photo.
That was pretty awesome from Rachel Dunn. Picture of the outdoor exercise class that Jill's been doing on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So, very cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. And it's nice to be able to see groups of residents get together again for activities. That's pretty cool. So
absolutely.
I love that.
Oh, before we get going too far, Tom.
Turn our little stopwatch over.
Because I know last week we pushed it.
We did.
We pushed our time a little bit.
On Thursday last week, we were way over. I think we made it by the skin of our teeth on Friday.
It was close. Yep.
Okay, Lisa, let's see. Trivia question for today.
Yes, and this one is from Neil Shields. So it's a special question today. I think it's one of the hardest questions we've ever had.
Really?
So I think he might win the prize today.
Okay.
So today we have the River Landing lunch cooler type bag, and it has, of course, some goodies in it, because that's what we do here. It has a box of chocolates.
Box of chocolates. Life is like a box of chocolates.
I know. And this is the kind where you never know until you bite into them.
Oh, really? It's really that kind?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you really don't want the box of chocolates?
I don't like those box of chocolates. I like to know what I'm eating before I bite into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good point.
2 beers, beer and chocolate, and then a tumbler from Children's Home Society.
Oh, very nice.
So this is a very
Eclectic
special bag. Yes, yes. A little bit of everything. I think we must have had some extras of stuff. So I'm sure the chocolate's fine. It's kind of like the popcorn that we gave away.
We've only had it 5 years.
It's from a couple months ago, but it's still good. It's still good. So that's your special bag today. And of course, if nobody answers the trivia question right, then Neil Shields will get the prize. So.
All right. So talk to us. What is the question today?
It's a 2-parter. What college in North Carolina has a vegetable as its mascot, and what is the college name? So what college in North Carolina has a vegetable as a mascot, and what is the college name?
Wow.
I know. Seems easy enough, but it's not.
No,
it's a tricky one.
I don't think that's an easy one.
No, it's not.
Well, I guess we'll find out. And what number do they call if they
Michelle is ready. 336-389-4103. Wow. She is running out of the room right now.
Wow, somebody knows it.
Wow. Okay. 336-389-4103 in case that person didn't get it right.
And Neil Shields knows he can't call and answer the question, right? So, all right. Well, we'll see.
I hope that isn't him calling.
Hopefully somebody's got the answer to that.
Yes.
So. Okay. Well, let's talk about coronavirus today.
Yes.
Let's see. I think the first place to start was, what great news we got Friday evening. I'm sure most of you hopefully heard or saw the news that we had tested our 12 staff members here that had come in contact with the one employee who had tested positive, and all 12 of our staff members were negative.
That was good news.
So we were all breathing a lot easier this weekend. I know I certainly was, and so was glad to hear that. And the latest update we got on the employee who's affected was that
doing much
he's
better.
doing much better. So we're hoping that
Yes.
that's the case for this employee.
Right.
And the employee's spouse also was tested positive. I don't know if I
Correct.
mentioned that on
I
Friday
don't think you
or not.
did, but that is good to say as well.
An employee's spouse works at Walmart.
Yes.
So we're This is Tom Smith thinking or saying this, but I think we got a pretty good idea where maybe this person got.
Especially since our other employees all tested negative.
Yeah, you would seem to think that it would have come the other way, right? So.
Right. Yeah. And that actually was one of our questions today. So thank you for addressing that.
Okay, very good. Okay, well let's just do the statistics. It's been, let's see, it was Friday was the last day that I had statistics, so it's Monday, so that's 3 days later. So let's see, we in 3 days we've completed almost a little more than 30,000 more tests. So we're averaging as a state about 10,000 tests a day.
Wow.
So we're up to almost 422,000 tests that we've done since we've started this in North Carolina. Unfortunately, we saw 2,775 new positive cases for a total of 29,263. The 2,775 cases is 9% of the number of tests that were done in the last 3 days. So, but that percentage for overall is still coming in around 7%, a little bit, right around 7%.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we've had 39 people who have passed away since our Friday show. So we're at 898 deaths here in North Carolina. And some good news, I think. The hospitalizations have dropped again. We went from 680 to 650 as of today. So I'm liking that. The less people in the hospital, the better, I think, at this point. And then the counties, I thought this was very interesting. Mecklenburg had 575 new cases in the last 3 days. They're at 4,412. Wake had 160 new cases since Friday. They're at 1,773. Durham picked up 219 in the last 3 days. They're at 1,660. And Forsyth picked up 204 cases since Friday. And they are now have more cases in Forsyth County than we do here in Guilford. They're at 1,383 cases, and we're at 1,288. We've only picked up 93 cases since Friday. So that's not too bad here in Guilford County. And like I said, Forsyth was all of a sudden had a real push to catch us, and now they're by us. So I wasn't expecting that to happen, but that's what happened. And then in regards to nursing homes and residential care facilities, we have 4,075 active cases. Out of the 29,263, that's about 14%. Even that came down a little bit. We were at 15%, or have been riding right around 15%. So we're down about 1% there. And we have 540 of the 898 deaths are from nursing homes, retirement communities, residential care facilities. And it's right at 60%. We've been staying really steady at that 60% mark. Unfortunately, the number, and I guess this isn't going to surprise anybody, but the number of communities, nursing homes and residential care facilities that have an outbreak, considering having 2 or more positives, jumped up a good bit. It jumped up by 10 since Friday, so we're 136 in the state at this point. So those are the statistics for the coronavirus. Unfortunately, I had mentioned on Friday that we had 4 of our 5 communities that had a positive test. You know, we were one of them, but 3 of our other 4 communities had positive tests. And I have not had a chance to check to see how the other 3 communities are doing with their tests at this point. Maybe I'll have that for Wednesday's show so we could talk about that a little bit and see how we're doing. But as of Friday, it was all staff members at this point at the communities, not any residents yet. And again, I think that goes back to wearing the masks. I think the masks really are huge. So that's why we are requiring people in public spaces to be wearing their masks, residents and staff alike. So hallways, libraries, anywhere,
all of our dining
clubhouse,
venues.
all the dining venues.
Right.
You need to be wearing your mask, and because we really think that this is the way to if we get another positive case here, this is the way you keep it from going from person to person is by wearing masks. And that's one of the 3 W's. Wearing your mask, waiting 6 feet behind, and washing your hands.
Yes.
So
And our residents are doing great with the masks. I was just looking today,
Yeah.
since we did open all of our dining venues, just kind of walking around a little bit today, and people are doing great with that.
Yeah,
So that's,
I think they're
it's
doing
really
really
good to
with
see
too.
that. Yep.
So that's good. So keep up with the masks, please.
Yes.
Okay, so we got some things that are not necessarily coronavirus, but
Yep.
just kind of a
More some
general
updates,
knowledge things.
reminders.
Yeah.
Yes. Today was the first day that we opened all the different venues: the
Yeah.
clubhouse, the Water's Edge, and of course the bistro for inside and outside folks. Um, we had quite a few pickup orders today, so those were pickups out of the creamery area for either the Water's Edge or the bistro. So we had a lot of those today. So I just want to remind folks again about the pickup times and how that works. So you call in your order for lunch. It's in the morning before 11 o'clock. And we might need to adjust that time, but right now it's called before 11. And your pickup time will be between 11 and 11:30, 1 and 1:30. So when you call in your order, and likely you're going to have to leave a message because we have so many people calling. Like we had 15 to 20 voicemails to check just to start preparing the food orders. So when you call in, you're going to go ahead and tell us you want to pick up at the 11 to 11:30 time or the 1 to 1:30 time. Times in between there are not available for pickup. So you can't say, I'm going to pick up at noon.
Yeah.
It won't be ready for a noon pickup. It's
Right.
between 11 and 11:30. So we could have it ready for you, but it will probably have sat there for a half hour if you're going to pick it up at noon. So it's to your advantage to pick up during the designated pickup times. Otherwise, it's sitting waiting for you.
Yeah, I think the reason is pretty obvious, but just in case you hadn't thought through this, the reason we have those times is because the 11:30 to 1 is the peak time in the bistro and in our restaurants.
It is.
Our chefs cannot handle doing call-in orders at the same
They
time that
can't.
we're handling residents that are down here utilizing those venues.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that's why it has to be between 11:30
Right.
and 1 and 1:30.
Right. And just to point out, if you call your order in at 10:59, it's not going to be ready at 11 o'clock.
Well, why not, Lisa?
We're good,
Giving
but
you
we're
a whole
not.
minute.
We're not that good.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. If you're calling up till 11 o'clock, I would probably come later than in that pickup time. I
Yeah.
would probably come closer to 11:20, 11:25.
Right.
Because there's really no way they could have it ready at the beginning of that 11 o'clock if you just called in.
Right.
So you can imagine the phones are ringing like crazy right now. People are calling for reservations. People are calling for takeout orders. So it's managing all those calls through that line.
That's correct.
Yep. So if you could just help us with that, we would appreciate that.
So how about outside residents and their mailboxes?
Yes.
Their internal mailboxes.
Yes,
that is.
yes. So all that has transitioned now. So if you live outside, you want to start coming in the main building and checking your in-house mailbox. And if you're new to us here, because
Yeah.
some folks have only known it up in the clubhouse.
Right.
So when you come into our main building, you'll head down to the mailroom area. So it's kind of hard to describe where that area is, Tom.
Well, you come into the front desk.
Yes.
And you turn right.
Yes.
And then you go down until you hit the Y and you turn left.
And you turn left, and you're there.
Yes.
And then you're going to look for it's by addresses. So outside residents are on the far bank of walls there. So they're all pretty close there together.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just know, start checking that today because the mail does pile up. It's
It's a nice way to meet some of your fellow residents.
Sure it
too.
is.
I know a lot of conversations. happen.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Just don't forget your mask when you come in, even to check
Please.
your mail.
That's correct.
Wear your mask.
Please.
Okay, just as a reminder, I know you all probably have gotten the Encompass already, and we did advertise in there that the multi-purpose room, we're going to be shutting it down for a couple weeks
Yep.
to be able to do some much-needed audio and visual repairs in here. So we're going to upgrade our system, and that has to do with the microphone system, the video system, what we broadcast, all of those good things. So it's going to take a couple weeks to get it up and running, and we felt now's the best time to do it since we can't use this room. Why wait until we
Start
can
to
use it again?
and then
Right.
shut it down for 2 weeks.
So we're
right.
going to go ahead and kind of bite the bullet and shut it down for a couple weeks. We have found a way to use Care Merge, though, and still be able to broadcast it on 1390. Even though we won't be doing it from here, we're just going to be doing it a different way.
So for those of you that thought you were going to get a 2-week reprieve from us, Sorry to disappoint you.
It'll just look a little different because we will have to record it.
Yeah, we'll have to record it
So
the day of.
questions, we may have to figure out a different way for questions. So Tom and I might have to record it in the morning and then we broadcast it later that day. So we're working through some of those things, but we will also be able to do Jill's exercise classes that way, broadcast them at the same times that we've been having. So just be watching for more updates on that, so you know what's playing.
Yeah, and we can broadcast from a bunch of different places.
We
right?
can, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was thinking like the first tee or.
Oh, I like somewhere outside.
Yeah, as long as it's not raining.
That's true. That's true. But if it's like today,
Yeah,
Wow.
beautiful out there
Wow.
today. Oh my gosh,
Yep.
it's beautiful.
and speaking of today,
Yes,
is there a
today.
golf cart parade?
There was 2 of them today.
2.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool
For
to
our
see.
healthcare residents. It was
Yes.
great.
Yes. Very
And
cool.
Scooter and I did a what do they call that? What if you photobomb something where you jump in at the last second? You know,
Is that what you did?
So Scooter said, "Look, there." I was riding around the cart with him because we were looking at a couple different things today, and he said, "Look, there's the parade. Oh, look, they're almost through." And he goes, "Come on, let's quickly get over," and jumped in line. So we jumped in behind all the other
I
carts.
love it.
And so,
Very cool.
Yeah, it
So
was
thank
great.
you all for helping out with that today.
The residents over at
Yeah.
Healthcare Center really loved that.
Really appreciate
Yeah, that
that.
was pretty neat.
And the Moats, their cart was awesome.
They had it all decorated up.
Yeah, they sure did. All patriotic. So that was pretty cool to see.
You know, the hard part was when I was going through and waving, I was like, well, what do I say? You know, I was like, Merry Christmas doesn't work, and I know that, but, you know, it's,
Happy June?
yeah, I mean, you know, you can't even say Happy Memorial Day. It's a
No,
week later
you
now.
can't.
for that,
I
so-
know.
Anyway,
Yep, but very cool to have
that was
today.
great. Yeah, it
so
was. Today is a sad day, though. Isn't
is?
Lisa? Today is the last day that you can call for an ABC.
it is a sad
order.
day.
Sad day.
That is
Now,
true.
Whitney told me that she's got so many orders that she's going to have to go to 2 ABC stores to pick up all of the alcohol she needs.
And multiple days.
Multiple days.
Yes. She has so much because you all know she has to get a permit every time she does this.
Yeah.
Multiple days is all I can say. Is she's going to have to go. I think y'all are stocking up. So
Well, you heard her say that they offered her a job there.
they did. And that was true. That was
Yeah.
a true story. So
So that's the last call
you're right.
for
Today
ABC
for-
orders and food boxes.
and the food
right?
boxes.
Today's the
Yes.
last day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we need I see a note here about running a U-Haul truck. We
Yeah.
probably are going to need some sort of truck, I would think.
Oh, for sure the bus. I don't know. And maybe even Miss Nancy.
Well, we won't ask Scooter to do it because, you know, the last time we had to do any kind of liquid type thing,
Oh.
we had gotten all those water bottles for was it a picnic or?
No,
was
the
it,
water. Remember the High Point water system? They had an issue with it.
Yeah.
And they sent out an order not to use the water for consumption.
Right.
And that lasted like a 12-hour period. I mean, we expected it to go on a little bit, so Scooter and Joe rush out to Sam's. They get pallets of water
Yeah.
and fill the back of his truck. Well, they're coming out
And
of
this
Sam's.
is not his pickup truck.
No.
This is like one of the green dump trucks
Right,
that he's
right.
got, right?
And they're coming out of Sam's. They turn the corner
A little too fast, maybe.
on Wendover.
Yes.
The water.
Over goes
Water.
a couple.
Water bottles everywhere on Wendover. And people would drive by and drive over them and they would shoot the water bottles. I mean, it was like a battlefield out there, is
Yeah.
what they said.
That wasn't funny at the time.
I'm sure it wasn't.
And I felt bad for Scooter and Joe, but some of the stories afterwards were fairly
It
funny.
was funny afterwards.
Yeah.
But they had some honks, too. Some people
Yeah.
were honking at them. And
Now, water's one thing. Alcohol is a whole
That's true.
nother.
that's true. You don't spill alcohol.
No, you don't want to spill alcohol.
So,
All right.
okay, Tom, we have several questions today.
Okay, good.
Okay. This is a hot burning question. Will there be fried chicken on Monday nights? In the bistro. We all know it's been a tradition here, Tom. Fried chicken Monday nights. Don't expect it tonight. Just want to go ahead and warn you now. We are not having fried chicken tonight.
Not tonight.
No,
No.
no, it's the bistro menu and the specials that they have posted. We're going to see if we can work toward fried chicken on Monday nights.
James has promised he would
He's going
work towards
to
that.
work towards it.
Yes.
So I just don't want anybody to get down here tonight looking for their fried chicken. I can tell you now it will not be there. But they have a lot of other great specials in the bistro. And of course, the bistro menu's amazing.
Right.
But just want to give you a heads up. We're working toward
It'll make
that.
you appreciate the fried chicken for
Yeah,
a couple weeks until we
absolutely.
can get back on the menu here.
Another one for the bistro. Will there be soup in the bistro?
Ah,
And yes, there is soup in the bistro. It's in a different area. Since that was a self-serve area before, we have put that over by the grill area. So you'll see the 2 big canisters of soup over there. So if you want soup, go up to the grilled area and go ahead and get an
Ask
order
for
of
soup.
soup.
Yep.
Yes.
Good.
And the soup flavors, those are posted out on the menu board there. So you always want to check that menu board that has the weekly specials as well as the soups for the day. Okay.
super.
Yes. If I get to the bistro and the line is so long, this could happen, Tom. It didn't happen today,
Yeah,
but it could happen.
yeah.
Can I go and see if there are any reservations open in the water's edge? So that's a very good question. Let's
is a good
say
question.
you're in line at the bistro. It's 12:30. The line is so long. Come on over, check out the water's edge. If they have tables available, they will go ahead and make you a reservation right there